What's up guys, Christian Retro Lover 4 here, back again with another review, and today I would like to review Hitman's Bodyguard and Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. So, the first one, I think, was a not half bad, summer Hollywood blockbuster action movie, but the second one kind of fell flat for me. So, to begin with, the casting. I really love the casting. Even though I'm not a huge Ryan Reynolds fan, I think he and Samuel Jackson play like a perfect buddy duo action in this series. And Salma Hayek, even though she plays a small role in the first movie, I was really entertained because of, how much she just yells and swears and stuff, as well as her relationship with Samuel Jackson in the first movie and in the sequel. Gary Oldman, I think, played an incredible villain, actually, in the first movie, and it actually reminds me of Christoph Waltz from Inglourious Basterds. Antonio Banderas, however, in the sequel, while I do like the actor, he kind of felt phoned in, and to be honest, I don't really like the villain in the second one. It felt more spoof-like the Sean Connery, James Bond era villain. And the relationship between Salma Hayek and Sean Connery Salma Hayek and Antonio Banderas, the relationship in the Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, they even acknowledge that this whole scheme or scam that Hayek pulled on him is just a copy from Overboard. Going back to the first one, however, the story was amazing, the action was very well choreographed, it was just an overall fun, run-of-the-mill, action movie to see with maybe a family or friend too. And the overall rating I would give out of it is a 7 out of 10. Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, however, for me, like I said, it fell flat because mainly the story. And it's not just because of the new villain or because of the new characters introduced, but it's also because it ignores the ending of the first one, which actually the ending of the first one kind of wrapped up a little perfectly. There was no need for a sequel at all. And with that being said, this sequel wouldn't be that bad if it didn't reset Ryan Reynolds' character, because now he can't be a bodyguard at all, and his wife, for some reason, is out of the picture. And speaking of endings, the problem with Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard is that it kind of ends a little bit on a cliffhanger, or it seemed just way too sudden. The whole movie, Salma Hayek and Samuel Jackson, they wanted a kid, okay? Yeah, that's fine. But in the end, it's revealed that Ryan Reynolds signs adoption papers, so legally Sam L. Jackson and Salma Hayek's son is Ryan Reynolds, which to me is very unsatisfying because they don't really have a good relationship in the first place, or at least in this movie, other than Salma Hayek just wanting to have a baby in the sequel, and her seeming to have a connection with Ryan Reynolds. But Samuel Jackson and Ryan Reynolds, for some reason, in Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, they have no relationship at all, other than just being not antagonists, more they just hate each other again. Which, if you've seen the ending of the first one, they kind of hit it off, they kind of become enemies to friends. So overall, yeah, the sequel didn't really do it for me that much. However, it still had its fun action moments, and if I were to watch both of the movies back to back, I probably would. Even though, sadly, I do give this a 4 out of 10. It wasn't that good in my opinion. But, I still recommend checking out Hitman's Bodyguard. And if you want to see more action and stuff like that, definitely check out Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. I think that's all I've got to say. Other than that, see you in the next review. Peace.